After having played Death Stranding for the last 2 months, I've been thinking about how important second chances can be. While it's said that the first impressions are important, I'd have to say that the second are just as important. For instance, did someone or something leave the same impression as the first time, or did something new catch your eye? Perhaps it was a change of mindset or perspective that finally allowed things to click for you the second time. As I saw with big YouTubers like Video Game Donkey, for example, the game was so good he made a second strand type video for it after he revisited it and he liked it. Now I need to heed that advice because he's introduced me to Knack 2 and Banjo-Kazooie, and that is some of the finest pieces of art I've ever witnessed. So, like Hideo Kojima, he can do me no wrong. But there is one thing I haven't seen people talk about why they liked or felt from the game. Kojima had spoken how he's prone to loneliness, and that's something that I myself can relate to, and I know a lot of other gamers can. The feeling of just being isolated, whether you want a quick break from reality or because you just enjoy doing this more than other hobbies or just over anything in fact. Now, the reason I say that second chances are important is because many things in my life that I've come to understand, surprisingly enough, came from a second chance or revisit. La La Land. Okay, I thought the movie was when I first watched it. I sat there and I finished it and I was like,
what?
I kind of hated the movie so much in the beginning that I started talking smack about the opening scene on Instagram. But after something happened in my life that made me have a similar experience, I couldn't stop thinking about the movie. Just kept replaying it over and over in my head. I was thinking, I didn't even like the movie and the music was Then as the movie progressed and I was just watching it and enjoying every single part of it, I finally got to the end and I wept like a baby and I just sat there like,
Oh my God. I get it.
Another example, I was never a fan of country music nor westerns growing up. I'd look at them like,
what?
But surprisingly enough for me, I was lucky to be born at the same time when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and when I played it, I loved it, and now I still feel like a cowboy years after my first playthrough. Yet, funny enough, life's given me a second chance. After a couple months ago, I got into a car accident that totaled my last car, and I got a new car faster than I assumed I would, and that gave me a whole perspective on things, which is the reason why I revisited Death Stranding. Now I say revisit because my first rodeo with Death Stranding was at one of my loneliest times in my life, 2020, midst of COVID. I had just finished God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2, so I think I want to give Kojima a chance. I heard the hate, but I felt I may like it. Plus, with all the games he's made, I think it deserves a shot. And after 6 measly hours, I gave up on it and I jumped on the hating train and felt I wasted money. Perhaps coming from Red Dead Redemption 2 and God of War, I felt I wanted something as action-packed and was disappointed when it wasn't that. Now, jump forward 3 years later, on October 2023, after my car accident, I realized I don't, and just also can't, go out anymore. I need to slow down and just not take things so seriously and lay back for a while. So I tried Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain and I did my best not to kill. Shit, my horn stayed very short through the whole process, and after playing that, I realized I couldn't stop thinking about Death Stranding. If he did so well with this, I need to give it a second shot. Plus, after seeing how heavy it was on cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 5, like that intro, which was amazing but very long, I wanted that same kind of effort on cutscenes. So, after I finished that, I gave Death Stranding that second chance and finally deserved. And my heavens, did I fall in love. Like Kojima said, that prone to loneliness is what really sucked me in this time, and it's basically what encapsulates the whole game. Not only was money tough for me, but even if I wasn't saving everything for my new car, I had no need to go out. After my father told me being alive is a responsibility in and of itself, I realized I gotta relax. And boy, does this game help me relax. Few games I can just sit back and let the background play while I do things because it's relaxing or nice to look at. This game is all of that for me and even more. Now, I understand if you're not in the same headspace as me or you want something fast-paced, it's okay. But I'd recommend giving it a shot because you never know. You may come back to it. And I feel whoever tries it now may not like it, but will return once the second game comes out or is near release. And that's all you need to do is just give it a shot and you'll see maybe or not. I gotta say, Death Stranding is one of the most unique yet slightly frustrating experiences I've ever had. I only say slightly frustrating because many things can go wrong in the game, from bad collision detection, bad wall detection, bad BT detection, just bad detection in general. But that's a unique experience about it. The excruciating amount of emails you get from preppers and past porters all add to the story if you take time to read some of them. I said some, not all. My favorite was the one in the beginning, the brother of the guy you first encounter a BT with in the game. As I read his email, I felt like I could imagine it being said on a walkie-talkie. I could also feel the words right through the email because it was written so well. Yet the biggest thing for me, but I haven't gotten over about, is the music. After playing this game, I've become a big fan of Lorvor, like I expect many have, which saddened me when I came to find out the singer died a while back. The music and his voice really takes me away. The moment I knew I was ready to witness a masterpiece was when I first got to Port Knot City and this song came on. I recorded every time a song came on because for me, that's what pushed me towards the next mission. Discovering a new song to hear and walk through this terrain. And that loneliness doesn't feel so lonely because my mind and eyes are taken away from the visuals to the sound. Whether the music or just the sound of footsteps, it's so easy to get lost into. I made this video because when I was playing it, I couldn't stop talking about it. I'm sure some coworkers even hate me more by now. So that's why I'm here blabbing about it. Because to me, that's what games and media are about. It's about something to enjoy and talk about afterwards. I felt odd that after work, I'd come home and just work as a UPS driver, but it was fun and relaxing to me. And don't get me started on how addicting road building is. At first you do one, then another. Then just like Heisenberg's math, you're doing so much your hands are shaking. Okay. I know this isn't gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but I know it definitely deserves a chance, whether it's the first or second. Because games like these that push you to play it more rather than just have a microtransaction to be able to unlock the best things in the game should get at least a chance, in my opinion. Also, for the people saying that it's confusing, while it may be, if you pay even more than 50% attention to the main story, by the end it would all make sense. Or at least enough sense for you to grasp the story. It's very thought out, and I applaud Kojima for pushing the boundaries and doing what he loves to bring us something so special to us who enjoyed the game. And also, if you played Metal Gear Solid 5, you already know half of the story is on the side, on the emails, on the interviews, so everything is explained there. That's why I understand a little bit more of it. Have you read Higgs' journals? Yeah, once you read it, you'll understand a little bit more of that, and you understand how it gave you that package, even though I saw it from the beginning. I'm not going to get started on that. So, to conclude everything I've been talking about in the video, the game itself, the protagonist, he gives himself a second chance to stop being alone and start being united to the people he's with and help each other make the world a better place. Just comes to show, sometimes all you need is a little support.
No ties to anyone or anything. I might as well be dead. Faintly, I'll go. To take this head on. Soon I'll come around. Lost and never found.